Hi everyone, I'm Robert DeLaurentis, Peace Pilot, and I wanted to share some of the things that we've learned on the World Peace Flight. And one of the very best parts was the time that I spent up in Montserrat at the monastery in Spain. And it was such a unique opportunity. I got to talk with one of the monks, I got to eat with them, I got to pray with them, and I got access to the garden, which was truly amazing. It was over 1,000 years old, so that was pretty cool. But during that conversation with the monk, I asked him, I said, the planet's pretty afraid right now. Is this virus, punishment of some sort? And he sort of smiled a little bit. He said, no, not at all. It's not punishment. It's part of the natural order of things. And we're here on the planet to experience what it is to be in a human form. And we have forgotten that we're mortal and we're not here forever, just for a time. He also pointed out that we have this faith in science that it's always going to protect us and extend our lives, but that just isn't true. I mean, it has its limits. The other thing I talked to him about is I said, well, I get these sort of flashes of fear that come over me when I hear some of the things that are happening in the world, other people's fears, which are obviously not my own, but still it can take me out of, that thought process I'm in and take me somewhere else. And he said, well, when you're afraid, you're not living in the present moment most of the time, right? So he said, like right now, you're breathing, you have shelter, you have food, you're fine. And a lot of the things that your mind thinks will happen in the future never actually come to be. So whenever you get afraid, pull yourself back to the present moment and consider that you're okay, and that most of the time your mind takes you places that will never happen, right? And then it was just kind of nice because he talked about how he maintains his peace. And he said, our jobs here at the monastery are not stressful. And I was thinking back to the times during the quarantine where I wasn't doing a whole lot, maybe writing, which I like to do, working on our documentary or things like that. And they were times when I was very much at peace. And most recently when I posted the last video, one person said that she was having these moments where she felt totally at peace. And I thought, how interesting is that? Because we're in this very challenging time, or what we label as a challenging time, but yet there are these flashes of peace, being at ease. And I think it's really sort of interesting because at some point you just relax and you receive the message that you've been sent, which is, hey, you need to be prepared for this or that, but you return to that moment in time where you're present and at peace. So anyway, that was the gist of what the monk shared with me, and I thought it was pretty good stuff and might ease whatever struggle you might be dealing with or whatever challenges or lessons. All right, everybody, thanks so much. Bye-bye.